Hey team, Sheldon here with your Monday Motivator. If you've ever lived in an apartment building, you know there can be some awkwardness that comes along with sharing a building with other people. Maybe you can relate to this story. As a young married couple, a husband and wife lived in a housing complex near the military base where he was stationed. Their major complaint about their apartment was that the walls were paper thin and that they had no privacy. This was painfully obvious when one morning the husband was upstairs and the wife was downstairs on the phone listening to music in the background. Suddenly, she was interrupted by the doorbell and went to the door to greet her neighbor. "Hey Bill, how are you today? What can I do for you?" With a bit of frustrated look on his face, Bill responded, "Can you please give this to your husband?" As he throws a roll of toilet paper into her hands. "He's been yelling for it for 15 minutes. Yeah, that would be a little embarrassing. But sometimes caregiving can be like that, where you hear your client talking, but because of distractions, you may not really hear their need. Listening is one of the most important skills you can have, as it impacts job effectiveness as well as the quality of our relationships. That's why it's so important to practice active listening. That's where you make a conscious effort to hear not only the words someone is saying, but more importantly, the complete message being communicated. Here are a few thoughts on how you can grow in active listening. Number 1, pay attention. Be sure to put aside distractions and give your client your undivided attention. You do this by looking directly at them as you talk, being careful to observe their body language as well. Number 2, show that you're listening by using your own body language to show that you are there. Such gestures as a simple nod of your head or even a smile on your face. Number 3, reflect back what you've heard through simple questions. Ask questions like, "What do you mean when you say?" or "Is this what you mean?" Clarify your statements by saying, "What I'm hearing is," and "sounds like you're saying." And last of all, defer judgment. In other words, be careful not to interrupt your client with counter arguments. We tend to do this when we take things personally. Instead, guard your heart from offense and allow the speaker to finish their thoughts before asking your questions. Active listening is designed to encourage respect and gain understanding. The bottom line is active listening is treating your clients in the same manner we want to be treated ourselves. My best advice I have found on the subject of active listening comes from James in the Bible when he says everyone should be quick to listen and slow to speak. This week I encourage you to think about these words and reflect on what this means as you work with your client. If you have any feedback about today's Monday Motivator, you can email me at smiles@chaplain.org. Let's make it a great week as we live out Love the Verb.